Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. The February 27th update is just around the corner, and today we got a bit more specifics about how you're going to be able to customize the brand new emblems coming with the update. In addition to that, we got an updated roadmap about what we can expect in the next few updates, and it looks like a few things might just be delayed. Let's get into it. Alright, so first up, let's take a look at the new development roadmap, which has been updated for February. 30 days later, what does it look like? Well, we have a few shifts and a few additions. So first up, let's go over the update coming February 27th, which for the most part does look about the same as what they had promised to deliver. So let's take a closer look at what is different. First up, you can see the Emblem Aura rework has been given a bit more detail, and we'll go over really a lot more specifics in a moment, because they did talk about that quite a bit this week. But first up, you can see we have Destination Emblem variants, Crucible Emblem variants, and Nightfall Emblem variants, kind of giving you a breakdown of which of the auras and emblems are getting that rework right now. And then we have the other change, which is the companion vendor viewing, and the exotic repetition reduction has been removed from the February update, with the Nightfall Strike rewards coming next update, and the exotic repetition reduction not arriving until Season 3, and we'll go over what that means in a moment. So overall, nothing too major. The Nightfall Strike unique rewards were already in yellow, indicating that they might be pushed to a next update anyways, and it looks like that's going to be the case this time, and they will be arriving on March 27th. And as we'll see in a moment, even that isn't in glorious white text, but it's still in yellow. I personally hope that they're just taking their time and making sure that these Strike unique rewards are not just reskins that we're gonna end up not using anyways. Now, the curious thing here is that they've added the Prestige Nightfall Challenge cards version 1 to the roadmap officially. However, it is in yellow, indicating that it could still be pushed back. Unfortunately, that does sort of imply that the only major new addition coming in February is going to be the new Emblem Aura rework, and even that is pretty limited. Next up, we have the March 27th update for the Sandbox and the Crucible. Nothing too major here, really it's just catching some of those things that have been delayed from February. We're still going to have the debut of Iron Banner 6v6, the first time we're going to see 6v6 in Destiny 2, which is pretty exciting. And we also have the sneaky inclusion of Rumble into weekly Crucible playlist as a featured mode every now and again. Originally, we were going to have to wait until fall to get Rumble, so I'm glad they were able to work it in. Anyways, the other thing of note is that Nightfall Strike unique rewards is still in yellow even in March, indicating that it might fall to the next update. Next up, we have the exotic sandbox changes, which unfortunately has been delayed. Originally scheduled for this update, it's now coming in May with the launch of Season 3, which is definitely a little disappointing. With the way that they were talking about the changes they were going to make, it seemed like it was going to be coming a lot sooner than that. So moving on to May, the start of Season 3 and the release of Gods of Mars, the second expansion, it looks like that update is staying pretty much the same, with the exception of course, receiving the exotic weapon armor sandbox changes, sadly a couple months delayed. But the big thing here is that the mod system improvements have just vanished from this roadmap. What does this mean? So, I think essentially they have just been hearing the feedback from the community saying that it's not just simply enough to increase the percentages from the current modifiers. I believe and truly hope what they're doing is performing a complete overhaul to the entire mod system as a whole. I honestly think they've seen all of the positive feedback from the raid armor perks and are hoping to apply something similar across the board, which would be pretty cool. I've seen a lot of really cool ideas this week on Reddit about how mods could change up the weapons perks, things like that, and let's just hope they take ideas like that into consideration. Overall, I think this is just fine. There's going to be some delays here and there. We asked for more transparency and they did tell us that things would shift around, so we really can't be upset if some of these things get delayed. Now, having said that, my question is, why are some of these things so massively delayed? The transparency is really cool, but I think we still need a bit more specific information. If you're going to be delaying the exotic balancing for 2 months, let us know why. This is a two-way relationship. If you tell us your challenges, we might give you some responses that might be very valuable for your team. For instance, they could say that we're ready to go, but the Graviton Lance is still a bit broken. We would say, we don't care about the Graviton Lance, ship all of the other fixes, things like that. But enough with the ranting and raving. Moving on, let's talk about the second major topic in This Week at Bungie, which is more specific details about how you're going to be able to customize your emblems and why that's going to be interesting. So, in a nutshell, you can think of customizing emblems as unlocking ornaments for your emblems. It pretty much works the same way. You have to reach certain milestones and then you unlock that variation of your emblem. They mentioned that their primary driver for doing this is that they wanted multiple people to be able to display the same emblem, but they didn't want everyone to look the same, which makes total sense. They gave us a couple of examples about what we're going to be seeing once we hover over the emblem, which is pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool that someone's going to be able to inspect you and get all of these details. So for example, we have this one, which is the Crucible emblem, the Victorious Veteran, and since this is about the Crucible, it shows you your lifetime Crucible kills and then breaks down the kills by class. Next up, they showed us the Glory to the Emperor emblem, which has now the aura built into it. So once you complete the Prestige Leviathan that week, it will turn on the orange aura, which I still think you'll be able to customize to a different color in some way. Next up, we have our first look at the Pyramidion emblem, which shows us our personal best score, in addition to the bonus threshold we have to cross to apply the extra bonuses. In this case, we'll have the Purple Crown aura, in addition to Vanguard token drops when your fire team is in strikes. And of course, we're going to be able to take a closer look at all of this on Tuesday, when the February 27th update goes live. Anyways, that pretty much brings us to the end of the This Week at Bungie update. Do you think the Emblem Aura rework is interesting enough? And do you think it solves the issue with auras in the first place? Let's discuss. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time.